Sure. Well, if the polls are correct, Joe Biden is expected to win Colorado handily tonight.
Yeah, but many other states we know are up for grabs. Makes it exciting. Political specialist Sean Boyd joins us now. And Sean, of course, let the waiting begin.
Yeah, that's right. In just 1 hour, our first set of results will start to roll in from the East Coast. Florida, North Carolina, and Georgia, the states to watch initially. They'll release early results shortly after those polls close. If Trump loses any one of them, it will be very hard for him to win the election. This is the first election I've covered where Colorado is not one of the swing states in the presidential race. But our U.S. Senate race is getting national attention. Republican incumbent Cory Gardner has been a top target of Democrats who are hoping to take control of the U.S. Senate. Gardner has trailed Democratic challenger John Hickenlooper in every poll, a sign of how unpopular the president is here, especially among women. The backlash against Trump in Colorado could cost Republicans more than Gardner's seat. It could cost them the 3rd congressional district, where the race between Democrat Dianne Mitch Bush and Republican Lauren Boebert is a toss-up, even though Trump won the district by 12 points in 2016. Boebert, who knocked off incumbent Scott Tipton, backs Trump. If she loses, it's a sign of just how much support the president has lost in Colorado and how big the blue wave could be tonight. Democrats already hold the majority of the congressional seats, control both chambers of the state legislature, and if Cory Gardner loses, would hold every statewide elected office in Colorado. This election could give them a level of control they haven't had here in more than 80 years.
These new arrivals to Colorado, something like 500,000 people have arrived in Colorado since 2014, the last time Cory Gardner was on the ballot, and they're younger, and they probably are more liberal than most voters in Colorado. However, I also think that what is really driving this election in Colorado and across the nation is the anti-Trump fervor with a lot of swing voters.
I do think that President Trump has accelerated the blueness of this state. I also think, though, that we've seen a lot of trending. Certainly, the governor's race in 2018 with a 10% victory by Governor Polis demonstrated that even in off years, there is a lot of movement toward Democrats.
State Senate races could also provide another sign of how blue Colorado is. Democrats have only a 3-seat majority right now in the state Senate, but could pick up an additional 4 seats tonight, which would give them a veto-proof majority in both chambers. How Colorado's vote on ballot measures, too, will help determine whether the state is blue or whether this is just a Trump phenomenon. We'll see.
So in Colorado right now, it's good to be a Democrat, the way the trends are going.
Definitely.
All right,
right.
Well, look forward to your thoughts this evening, Sean. Thanks very much.